It's 4 o'clock on this Thursday evening, December 6th, 2018. It is time now for the Peter Channel 4 o'clock news on this Thursday evening, December 6th, 2018. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It's 41 degrees in North Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Channel 4 o'clock news is George H.W.'s friends and family. George H.W. Bush's friends and family have an intimate memorial in Houston. North Carolina Republican leader says he's opened a new election in disputed district. Republicans rush to limit powers of incumbent Democratic governor. That Butler Russian investigation in full docket of development set for Friday. Eulogy celebrates George H.W. Bush's love for his wife. Satanic statue erected in Illinois state capitol with other holiday decorations. Trump's EPA plans to lift CO2 limits on coal power plants. Why dad makes girl walk the miles to school for bullying on the bus. Ecuador, UK gave enough guarantees for Assange to leave embassy. Brexit vote explained. Here's what happens if Theresa May loses. France to deploy 89,000 security personnel ahead of Saturday protests. Israel calls for international response to Hezbollah tunnels. Huawei CFO Meng Wanzhou's arrest may prompt China to retaliate, tech hostages expert said. Fiat Chrysler to open a new assembly plant in Detroit. Lyft as a clear early mover advantage in beating Uber to an IPO. Restrained inflation reduces urgency for quarterly rate increase pattern. Apple anticipated ECG. Looking at stocks. Dow 229.67 points down to 24,797.40. SP 500 down to 21.71 at 2678.35, and Nasdaq down 12. Nasdaq up 20.83 A federal appeals court has upheld a New Jersey law that bans high-capacity gun magazines after a challenge that may end up in Supreme Court. Senate passed a stopgap bill to avert shutdown for 2 weeks. Congressman calls for urban North Carolina house race. Much of our lives, activists honored at Smithsonian Awards. San Quentin State prison officials in California held an emergency meeting Wednesday to discuss the deaths of 4 condemned inmates at a maximum security facility. The legal team of the Tennessee man is scheduled to be executed by elected chair Thursday evening and asked Governor Bill Haslam for a last-minute clemency. Senate confirms Krenger as head of CFB. British engineers were set to meet with archaeologists Thursday to discuss damage to one of the ancient parts of new stone which had occurred during drilling. Russia demands U.S. police accused by Maria Butina. Judge overturns former Australian Archbishop's conviction of a cover-up abuse. Maduro says Russia will invest $6 billion in Venezuelan oil and mining. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo met with South Korean counterpart Kang Kwang-wai in Washington on Thursday to discuss bilateral efforts to North Korea. Pope Francis visited Abu Dhabi in February, making him the first Catholic pontiff to visit the United Arab Emirates, the Vatican said on Thursday. North Korean Foreign Minister Wai Yong-ho arrived in Beijing for a 3-day visit. A new British survey has revealed perhaps some unexpected options for men and women when it comes to rape. North Korea held a funeral for Kim Choi-man, a veteran of past anti-Japanese movements who was credited for modernizing the North Korean military. Take a look at some local news from the Sun Chronicle. In Mansfield, state police trained Thursday and around the Cabot Industrial Park with a helicopter and K-9 units. Hey, Paula, how you been? Doing good, Paula. Doing good. Doing good. Doing good.
I'm moving.
Oh.
I'm moving to Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, next Monday maybe.
Wow, that's good, Paula.
I took Pam with me the other day. We went down, signed the papers.
Yep, right.
Yeah.
That's right. You're going to miss Bay Road.
Yep, I was just thinking of you.
Yep.
And I came by Roach Brothers.
That's right. That's good. When a Taunton school bus driver heard that one of her students had just lost about everything she owned environmentally, she swung in action. She texted her she was a nice girl. Relative of Route 24 bus crash victims asking for help. As warmer winters turn Yardley Wood at Rankin Cummison responsibly pair volunteer organizations are appealing to the Eastern School Committee to help them save it. At Master Street of Brooklyn, these classes are definitely not by the book. Falcon and Mrs. Landon after latest space mission to the ISS. Young seals keep getting their ills stuck in their noses and nobody knows why. Geckos' new superpowers running on water. Now we know how they do it. What causes ancient mass extinction? Hot ocean water blame. Uterine cancer rise, especially for black women. Facts about migrants don't always match what the headline said. According to the report, over 40% of adults don't plan on getting flu shot despite 2017's deadly flu season. Health officials name sources of Legionnaire's disease at Disneyland. In Nashville, New Hampshire at 5 Chase Street, an active gas leak NFR on the scene. Red Crescent Police Department for traffic and gas company evacuations in progress. Multiple roads are closed. Peter Chill News Time 4-6. It's time now for a sports report. Boston Bruins will be in Tampa Bay taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning, while the Boston Celtics will be in the Garden tonight, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock taking on the New York Knicks. Paul Goldsmith trained the St. Louis Cardinals. Playoff hero named for the body degrees of deal with the Boston Red Sox. Peter Chill News Time 4:06 on this Thursday evening. Seminar for Peter Chill and traffic turns a check. MBTA subway, it's looking good on the commuter rail. Fitchburg line train 420, 2:50 p.m. from Rochester up at 5, 10 minutes basket between Littleton 495 and North Station. And the ferries are looking. Taylor and I was in Byways, Rhode Island, 95, and stop on side. A little slow between Pawtucket and Providence. 95, both ends back between Thursday and Walking down in downtown Providence. 185, westbound side between Seacock and Providence. 138, eastbound side. Little slow in Jamestown. 295, both ends back between Justin Stretch. 146 on both ends back between 295 down to Route 99 in Lincoln, Woonsocket area. 95, stop on side, so between 128 and Canada and 495 in Mansfield. 24, stop on side. It's so between 495 and Raynham and Route 148 in Taunton. 24 on the southbound side, so after 128 Kansas. Route 3 in the southbound side, so between the Braintree and down to Weymouth. And 3 in the northbound side, so between Hanover and Norwell. And Bourne-Bridge, both ends is backed up 20 at the northbound side, also on the Bourne-Waterbury. 128 on the southbound side, so between Route 9 and Wellesley, all the way down to Route 24 in Canton. 128 northbound side, so between Braintree. Down to 24 in Canton, Severs Expressway, both ends between the Pike, down to Braintree Split. 93 both ends in the downtown Boston is backed up between Boston and Somerville. Mass Pike eastbound side so between the Putunnel all the way down to 7th Expressway. Mass Pike both ends is backed up between Lone River down to South Boston. Mass Pike westbound side so between also Bright tolls all the way down to Framingham. 128 and southbound side so between Lexington and Waltham. 128 the northbound side so between Lexington and all down to Linfield. 93 northbound side is backed up all the way up to Methuen. 3 the northbound side so between 128 Burlington and Route 4 in Chelmsford. 495 and then both ends are back between 114 and Larkson. 128 southbound side so between Denver and Peabody. And 29 westbound side, so between Route 180 and Route 9 in Worcester. Peter Chill News Time is 4:08 on this Thursday evening, and it's time now for a weather report. And a line of snow flurries on the line from northeastern and western Maine stretch of the White Mountains of New Hampshire, and another line from northwestern Vermont out of upstate New York and all the way down to Illinois, and some snow flurries around Ontario and western Michigan and northeast of Wisconsin and UP of Michigan and western portions of Ontario. Looking at the temperatures around the region, it's in the 30s, but much of 70 and 40-degree Wheaton and Westerly, Massachusetts, Westerly, Rhode Island. While it's in the 20s, down low 30s in Northern New England with 7 degree Wheaton and Mount Washington, New Hampshire. 15 degrees up in Caribou, Maine. All right. Forecast goes like this. Tonight, chance of snow shower Maine for 2 a.m. Cloud skies, gradually partly cloud skies will about 27 degrees. Southwest about 6 miles an hour. Chance of shoulders 30%. Total nighttime circulation less than half an inch possible for Friday. Sunday, most of about 37, about 14 degrees. Winds northwest about Friday, 11 miles an hour gust side, 22 miles an hour for Saturday. Sunday, most of skies about 29, about 14 degrees. And northwest about 5 to 7 miles an hour for Sunday. Sunday, partly clouds about 36, about 22 degrees. Winds northwest about 3 to 5 miles an hour for Monday. Sunday, most of about 38, about 17 degrees. Winds northwest about 5 to 7 miles an hour for Tuesday. Sunday, most gusty about 31, about 15 degrees. Winds northwest about 5 miles an hour. Coming in the morning. For Wednesday, sunny, part gust about 33, low about 21 degrees. And winds northwest about 35 miles an hour. And Thursday, part south about 42 degrees. Southwest about 3 to 7 miles an hour. And currently in Norton, it is first, guys, at 41 degrees. And that's coming in for the Peter Channel 4 o'clock news on this Thursday evening, December 6, 2018. Peter Woods, hope you have a good evening. Goodbye, sir. Hope you have a wonderful day.